Okay, good day everyone. I'm going to try and keep this short. This video is a response to a request on how to use Phoenix. I'm just going to show you all the basic features and keep it just to that. So the first thing to note is that the Dola stablecoin, or Dola, I don't know how to pronounce it, is the one that you'll be using to mint Phoenix. You can get this on Uniswap or on Curve, and I'm sure some others. This is Inverse Finance's stablecoin. I'm on the Sepolia testnet, so this is probably the most important thing to show you now. If you click up at the top here at the wallets, you can choose between a number of networks, and the currently supported ones are Sepolia and Ethereum mainnet. So I do encourage you to switch to Sepolia and get yourself some Sepolia ETH from one of the faucets, and that's going to allow you to test run this in the safety of a testnet, and you will be familiar with all the features. The only thing that's different on the testnet is that you obviously have this testnet tab, so you can come here and you can mint some fake Dola. So I'll just give myself 10,000 quickly. I'm not sure if you can see the wallet pop up. Okay, there we go. It says I got 10,000. And you can also give yourself some fake eye. That'll be quite nice for playing with the safety functionality. Okay, so let's get some fake eye. And now let's go to... No, you don't need eye to use this app. You only need Dola. Okay, over here it says 1 Dola will give us 81 or 0.81 phUSD. So if you look on the right hand side at the bonding curve control, it shows you visually what's happening with the bonding curve. So the lowest possible price is 79 cents, and this can go all the way up to $1. So this range is programmatically restricted in phase 1, but in phase 2 it can go as high or as low as as a typical Uniswap curve allows. So let's mint some phUSD. I'm going to put in 1,000, and at the current price that says that we'll get about 1,228. You can set your slippage here, so this is your tolerable slippage. So I'm just going to click on deposit to show you the pop-up. So it's calculated that the price impact for this purchase, at the current price, you're going to get a price impact of 0.02%. So you can set your slippage all the way down to 0.02%. You can set it higher. This just allows for if there are any other transactions that are happening between now and when your transaction's confirmed, you can give it a bit of more tolerance. And then we can confirm. So I'm using the Rabbi wallet. I'd recommend that if you're on desktop. Uniswap also works. When you use it on mainnet, it'll actually give you a preview of how much phUSD you're going to get. So I'm just going to confirm that transaction. Okay, we're waiting for it to be mined. You can view it on Etherscan. And there it is. So it says here we successfully deposited $1,000 and minted 1,229 phUSD. And if you look at the numbers at the top, you'll see that these have changed. The Dola went down, the phUSD went up. So that's on the deposit to mint tab. If I go to the burn to withdrawal tab, this is just the reverse. So now I can sell my phUSD back into the bonding curve. So it says burn to withdrawal because the phUSD is actually burnt when it's sold back into the bonding curve, and the total supply declines. So let's sell. So now we're selling, just to be clear, this 5,000 is 5,000 phUSD. It's not 5,000 Dola. So it's exactly the same concept. It now estimates that price impact will be 0.05%. So our maximum price impact is too low. So we're going to get that back up. Gives us a little warning. It doesn't let us confirm. So now we're going to withdraw. Okay. How much those numbers? There we go. The numbers have changed. We've got our Dola has increased. Our phUSD has decreased. And if you sell a significant or buy a significant amount, you'll see this bonding curve control will jump up and down. Currently, we're monitoring the Telegram conversation going on, and as questions roll in, you'll see over here on the bottom right there's a frequently asked questions component. We're going to update these questions with answers as questions are asked more and more frequently as misunderstandings arise. So keep your eye out on this control over here. You might probably find the questions you have will be answered here. You'll also notice that as I click, so I switched now to deposit tab, you'll notice that the frequently asked questions are updated. So this is a context-aware frequently asked questions tab. So we don't just give you all the FAQs, but we give you the ones that are relevant to the section of the website that you're on, or the section of the tab that you're on. What else should I mention? Okay, so just remember, always bear in mind that this is a multi-phased release of a token. So in phase 2 onwards, this will be in the wild, so to speak. It'll be listed on an AMM, and its price will float, and we'll have all of those incentives that we mentioned in the articles. So I would recommend you go back to the articles that Woodsman wrote that outline the phases, so you can see exactly what's going to happen with each. You can think of these phases as milestones. So in this phase, the price range is restricted between 79 cents and $1, as I mentioned. But then we'll have a new system of incentives in the next phase. We're also keeping it as simple as possible, and that reduces the exploit surface area, and it reduces other complexities. It also saves some development time, so we can release things quicker. So one of the questions asked was, why don't we have all of the tokens available, and then you don't need Dola in particular. The base fundamental contract requires Dola because the vault that we're gaining all of our yield from is a vault called Auto Dola, which is hosted by Tokamak, who have now renamed themselves to Auto Finance. So the zero slippage version of our token is Dola. And we could have added some routing layer to allow you to use multiple tokens, but that would have just delayed release. So you can always just go to your favorite AMM and swap whatever token you like for Dola.